With that down, let's talk about this, shall we? In one of the other really interesting games this weekend, the New York Jets played the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we'll talk more about the Jets a little bit later. But for now, we're going to focus on the Steelers because there was some drama. Going into the game, coach said that Russell Wilson was going to be the starter. I mean, it kind of became clear that Russell Wilson was going to be the starter. This despite the fact that under Justin Fields, the Steelers were off to a 4-2 start. They look good. They'd been winning games. Now, I had said in a previous episode that while I think Justin Fields has been playing perfectly fine, he's been protecting the ball. I think he's only had one interception in the season. But when you look at his stats, it's not like the Steelers have been winning because of him. And prior to the season starting, they said they named Russell Wilson the starting quarterback. He got injured, so Justin Fields stepped in and did a good job. But I said, and a lot of people got mad at me, that no, going back to Russell Wilson is the smart move. And if it doesn't work, then you go back to Justin Fields. But I said, he's your number one quarterback. He's back and healthy now. You at least have to see what you've got with him. And a lot of people thought that was a bad move. A lot of people said that was a mistake. Well, what happened? Pittsburgh goes in there and beats up the New York Jets 37-15. With Russell Wilson at quarterback, the Steelers scored more points this game than they have all year, and maybe all of last year too. I'm not 100% about that. But they've scored more points with 37 than they have normally. He threw for 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for a 3rd touchdown. I mean, he looked good. Now, listen, this all despite the fact that in the first quarter and a half, Ryan and I and Ann were watching the game, and it's like, where is he throwing that ball?
A lot of dirt throws.
He was throwing some horrible ball. The guy hadn't played a game in almost a year.
His last game was Christmas Eve 2023.
That was his last game.
Last game. Regular season game.
So he had some rust, right? But even I'm looking at the TV, I'm like, they're going to have to pull this guy. They left him in. He settled down, and once he did, his receivers bailed him out a couple of times with some ridiculously good catches. Including that one, remember, right along the sideline, one arm tucked it in. Yep. But even then, the balls he started throwing up were getting more and more accurate. His mobility started looking better and better. And the result was he put up a bunch of yards, pretty clean game after the first quarter and a half. And the team scored more points than they have in a long, long time. And I think Russell Wilson definitively made the statement that he's your starting quarterback. You are the Pittsburgh Steelers. And now, granted, this is a very small sample size. Yeah. The Steelers are a better team when he is at quarterback. And that's taking nothing away from Justin Fields. He's still got a lot of upside. He's still young. Listen, young guys have a hard time protecting the football. He protects the football. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers right now are in a really good spot because they're working well with Russell Wilson, at least after one game. And if something goes wrong there, you've got a reliable backup with Justin Fields. But Ryan, I'm saying that I think, the Steelers are clearly a better team with Russell Wilson at quarterback. I think they should, at least offensively, they were a lot more explosive last night. How do you see it?
Yeah, they're not as one-dimensional. Like Justin Fields did a good job, and he even said coming into this week, he said part of the reason that the coach is thinking about it is because I played good, I didn't play great. So there's room for improvement. So they put this in, and with Russell Wilson, they're not as, like I said, one-dimensional. Justin Fields ran for a lot of touchdowns. He threw 5 and ran for 5.
He can use his legs, man.
But his progression is usually first read, run.
Yeah.
So Russell Wilson, he can still move. He's not obviously not as mobile as he used to be. He's 34, 33. But he can throw on the run, and I think that's what happened after halftime. He started throwing on the run. Chris Collinsworth was saying sometime in the third quarter, he came up to the line and changed the play and quieted everybody down. He said that Russell Wilson has full control over the line.
Yeah, that was the moment that he felt like he was back.
Yeah, he changed the call, audible out of it, whatever, and they got yardage out of it. Najee Harris had a big game, 20 carries, 100 yards. So they're running the ball, they're passing the ball. He didn't turn it over. Their defense played really well. They picked off Rodgers twice. So I think now they have a full complement of offensive and defensive plays. They're not relying on the defense to get turnovers to get points. The offense can score the points now. So like you said, one game though. They have a game against the Giants next, then a bye week, and then they play the Commanders and Baltimore.
That's going to be a tall order.
After the bye week will
Commanders.
be a big test. I think they could beat the Giants, obviously. But yeah, Commanders and Baltimore.
I'm pretty sure you and I could beat the Giants.
Well, they're not great. So only one game, but it's a good start, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and again, things the wheels could come off next game, right? But right now, it looks like the Steelers are a better team with Russell Wilson at quarterback. Guys, question is for you. What did you think about that game? Did you like what you saw? I mean, obviously, the first quarter and a bit was ugly, but he clearly got it turned around, put up big points. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.